Welcome back, Yorgies. We are going to get started today in gator pose. We're going to come onto our belly, stack hands on top of each other, and place your forehead on the back of your hands. Feet can rest down on the ground, and we're just going to take some nice deep breaths here. So take a nice deep breath all the way in through the belly, fill up, feel the low back lift off of the mat, and then exhale, melt it down. Let's do that again. Inhale, nice and deep. Feel the rib cage expand, back rises. And exhale, lower down. A few more times on your own, really slowing down the breath. While today's class will have a couple challenges, for the most part, it's going to be nice and soft and stretchy. Let's take one more deep breath here. And on your next exhale, we're going to bring the elbows under the shoulders and find a Sphinx pose. So create the number 11 with your forearms. Shoulders are stacked right on top of the elbows. Chest comes forward. We're going to push into the left hand, lift the left elbow off of the floor. Take the right arm and slide it underneath your left arm. Palm faces towards the sky. Take your left hand and reach it forward and drive your left armpit towards your right arm. Take nice deep breaths here. Forehead can come on the mat or a gaze can go to the left. Find those same nice, slow, deep breaths. Remember that your exhale is what will take you deeper into your stretches. So use those exhales to release tension. Let's take the left hand back underneath the shoulder, push the floor away, take the right arm and extend it all the way to the opposite side of the room. So right arm goes out nice and long. And gaze is going to go to the left. We're going to push the floor away with the left hand. Take the left leg up and over the right. So your right arm is out long behind you. The palm is facing down on the floor. You should feel a stretch in the front of your right shoulder. If you don't, you can take your right arm and move it closer towards the top of your mat. If it feels okay, left hand can come behind the back. Take an extra stretch. Deep breath in. Long breath out. And when you're ready, we'll come back down onto our belly. Let the legs out nice and long. Come back to that Sphinx pose, elbows underneath the shoulder. Let's ground down into the right arm, lift the right elbow, take the left arm, slide it underneath the right armpit, palm towards the sky, and then take the right arm, reach it forward, right armpit comes down towards the left arm. Relax the head, relax the jaw, let the upper body sink here. Let gravity do its work, and try to release the tension on the outer left shoulder. Every exhale, see if you can get that right shoulder to come a little closer to the floor. And when you're ready, right hand underneath the right shoulder, push the floor away, take that left arm and extend it all the way to the opposite side of the room. Think about bringing it out like a wing, hand, palm down on the ground. Right hand underneath the right shoulder, push the floor away, right leg lifts up and over the left. Relax the head, relax the jaw. We have a little bit of a better angle here of Kate's body as she gets into this posture. Notice that her left arm is out nice and long behind her. Option to take the right arm and reach it back as well. One more deep breath in, and then melt it all the way back down. Let's bring the hands underneath the shoulders, push the floor away, and find a cobra pose. Push the tops of the feet into the floor, maybe gaze up, chin up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in, and find a child's pose. Sit the hips back onto the heels, reach the hands forward, forehead rests down on the mat. Every exhale, try to sink the hips towards the heels. And if you need a little more, you can plant the hands, straighten the arms, and push the hips back onto the heels. Take a nice deep breath in. And on your exhale, let's tuck the toes and rise up onto our heels. So have a seat back on the heels. This is a very intense stretch for the bottom of the feet. Let's interlace the hands behind the back, puff up the chest, and gaze up. Find a little back bend here for 3, 2, tabletop position. Plant the hands, untuck the toes, maybe pat the tops of the feet on the floor. Let's take a couple of cat-cows here. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round the spine, push the floor away. Follow your own breath, your own movement. Take whatever feels good here. Maybe you take some circles with the hips. Notice how Kate's arms stay nice and elongated. She's not bending the elbows. Her movement is coming from the spine only and the hips and the shoulders and the neck too. 2 more deep breaths here. Feel that spine. Really move your whole torso rather than just moving the head. And when you're ready, we'll come into a nice still tabletop position. Let's extend the right leg out nice and long behind us. Point the right toes down towards the ground. Kick through the right heel. Plant the right toes. Pivot the foot parallel to the back of the mat. Reach the right arm up. Modified side plank. Take the left foot and bring it behind you. Yeah, there we go. Like a little kickstand. And then let's rise all the way up. Reach the right hand towards the right thigh. Gate pose. Left arm reaches up. Left bicep by the ear. Open up the left shoulder. Feel the length of the left side of the body. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, left hand comes down. Right arm reaches up. Right leg lifts up towards the sky. Option to stay here or bend the right leg. Reach back and grab for the foot. If you got that foot, push into the hand. Push the hips forward for 3, 2, tabletop position. Let's take a couple of wrist stretches here before getting into our second side. Turn the fingers towards the thighs and thumbs away from each other. When you've got that position, maybe sit your hips back and feel the stretch through the forearms, the wrist flexors here. So if you work at a desk, this is a really awesome stretch. Just stretch out the wrists and the fingers. Let's come back into our tabletop position. Turn the hands back to their normal position. And we're going to flip the hands so that the back of the hands is on the ground and the palms are towards the sky. Now, if this is too much, you can do one hand at a time. If you can do 2 hands, maybe you kind of slide them back towards your knees so it's a little easier. And if it feels okay, you can shift your weight forward for this one and get a little deeper into the wrist creases. When you're ready, evening out both sides if you're doing one at a time, we'll find our tabletop position. Inhale the left leg nice and long. Point the left toes down towards the ground. Pull the belly up and in. Drop the left toes, pivot the foot towards the parallel to the back of the mat, reach the left arm up. Turn the back foot out, or that bottom foot I should say, and rise all the way up. Stack the shoulders over the hips. Reach the left fingers towards the left thigh. Reach the right arm up. Pull the right bicep back. Take a nice deep breath in. And then plant the right hand. Left arm reaches up. Left leg lifts up. Option to bend the left leg. Reach back with the left hand and grab a hold of your foot. If you've got that foot, kick into the hand for 3, 2, tabletop position. Let's go ahead, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Bend the knees one at a time, push one heel down at a time, relax the head, relax the jaw. Turn the elbow creases forward, spread the fingers nice and wide, tailbone up towards the sky. Find stillness in your dog. Lift that tailbone nice and high. Let's lift the heels, gaze in between the hands, step up right foot followed by left, find a forward fold. Spread the feet hip width distance wide, maybe grab for opposite elbows and ragdoll hang here. Find those nice deep breaths, gentle sways, slow movement. When you're ready, let's release the hands. Left hand comes beneath the gaze, right arm reaches up. If you need more, left hand grabs for the outside of the right shin. Deep breath in. Hands come back down. Right hand beneath the gaze, left arm reaches up. Bend in the right knee, left leg stays straight. If you need more, left hand grabs for the left outer thigh. Deep breath in, exhale, forward folds. Inhale to halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift, exhale, plant the hands. Let's step it back into our plank position. Lower all the way down to the belly. Lengthen through the arms, find your back bend, cobra pose, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the heels nice and high, gaze in between the hands, step up left foot followed by right. Inhale to halfway lift, exhale, forward folds. Inhale, root to rise, reach the arms up overhead. This time on our exhale, back bend, cactus the arms, chest open. Inhale, reach up, exhale, forward folds. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Let's step it back into our plank position and take that same chaturanga, or maybe this time you find an upward facing dog and plant the tops of the feet and lift the thighs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's inhale the right leg nice and high. Exhale, step the right foot in between the hands. Left knee drops, untuck the left toes, straighten through the right leg, half splits. Option to stay here or walk the hands over to the right. Let's keep a micro bend in that right knee to support the hamstring. Find those nice deep breaths. Relax the head, relax the jaw. Keep thinking about pulling that right hip back. Notice how Kate's hips are stacked over that left knee. If your hips are going farther back, slide that right foot forward. One more deep breath here. And on your exhale, let's find a low lunge. Bend into that front knee, keep the back knee down, reach the arms up. Interlace the hands behind the back. Pull the palms together and then slide that fist down the thigh, gaze up, take a little back bend. Right hand is going to stay where it's at. Left arm is going to reach up and back. Exalted warrior with the left knee down. Gaze up at your left hand. Exhale, left hand comes to the inside of the right foot. Tuck the left toes under, left knee off the mat. Right arm reaches up nice and high. Gaze up at the right hand. Gaze down at the floor. Take your right foot and shoot it over towards the right side of your mat, left hand towards the left side of your mat. Little funky transition here. Really ground down into your right foot and your left hand. Take your left leg, kick it in between your hands and your feet. See if you can grab it with your foot. If that's not accessible for you, you're just going to step your left foot up to join your right. We're all going to make our way onto our seat. And maybe you scooch your seat back so that you're in the middle of your mat. We're going to extend the right leg out nice and long. Bring the left foot to the inside of the right inner thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Take your arms, reach them up overhead. Shift your weight over that right leg so that your belly is facing that right foot. Reach the fingers up and then reach forward. Bend over that right knee. It's okay to bend that right knee a lot here. We'd rather have the belly bind to the thigh rather than have the forehead come to the knee. So take whatever bend or support you need here. Think about pulling that tail backwards so that you wouldn't be sitting on it if you were an animal. Find those nice deep breaths. On your next exhale, right forearm to the inside of the right inner thigh. If that's not possible for you, just right hand comes to the inside of the right leg. Use that as leverage to twist to the left, reach the left arm up and overhead, bicep by the ear. Notice how Kate opens up through the shoulder here. Sink the left hip down, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, really reach up overhead. Take the left hand, reach all the way back up, plant the left hand behind the left hip, reach the right arm up, take a little counter stretch, come onto that left knee, and exhale, let's come onto the seat. Bring the knees together. Option to support the fingers behind the back or support the back with the fingers on the ground behind you. We're going to lift the feet away from the floor, boat pose. Option to keep the fingers planted or reach the arms out by your sides, maybe up overhead. We're here for 3, 2, cross the ankles, plant the hands, let's roll over the legs and come into our downward facing dog. Find your way there however feels comfortable. If my cues are not accessible to your body, just meet us in the next pose. Speak kind words to yourself. Don't beat yourself up over the things you can't do. Let's focus on the things we can do. Let's lift that left leg nice and high. Exhale, step it through in between the hands. Plant the right knee, untuck the right toes, straighten through the left leg, half splits. Bring the belly towards the thigh, relax the head, relax the jaw. If you walked your hands to the outside of the opposite leg, we're going to do that here on this leg. Relax the head. Find your nice deep breaths. One more deep breath in. And let's walk our hands back through center. Bend into the left knee, reach the arms up. Crescent moon. Interlace the hands behind the back, squeeze the palms together, and slide that fist down your thigh. Left hand is going to stay where it's at. Right arm is going to reach up, reach back. Gaze up at the right fingertips. Follow the right hand as it comes all the way down to the inside of the left leg. Left arm reaches up. Tuck the right toes under. Lift the right knee off of the mat. Hug the left knee in towards the belly. Gaze up at the left fingertips. Gaze down at the floor. Left foot's going to shimmy out towards the left. Right hand is going to plant real hard towards the right side of the mat. Ground into those limbs. Kick the right leg forward. Option to grab for the foot and hold. Let's make our way onto our seat and find our seat in the middle of the mat. Left leg goes out nice and long. Right inner foot to the left inner thigh. Reach the arms up overhead. Shift your weight over that left leg. Take a nice deep breath in. Bend the knee if you need to. Exhale, fold. Try to get that belly to the thigh. Relax the head, relax the jaw, and continuously pull the left toes back towards the face. Left forearm or left hand comes to the inside of the left leg. Right arm is going to reach up, bicep by the ear. Sink down, really push that right hip down. Open up that right shoulder for 3, 2, 1. Right hand comes behind the right hip. Come onto the right knee, lift the hips up, reach the left arm back. Take a little back bend, open it up. And then let's come all the way back down onto our seat. Bring the knees together, lift the toes away from the floor. Let's come back to that boat pose. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, low boat, lower down. Rise back up. And lower down. One more time. Let's rise back up and hold. For 3, straighten the legs as much as you can. For 2, pull the belly towards the thigh. For 1, cross at the ankles, roll over the feet. Let's come into our downward facing dog. We're here for a few deep breaths, so catch your breath, slow it down. Nice deep inhales in through the nose, long exhales out. Let's inhale the right leg nice and high. Step the right foot halfway on the mat. Straighten through the right leg, pyramid pose. So if you need blocks, you can take them on either side of that right leg. And then lower the forehead down towards the ground, crown of the head towards the ground. One more deep breath in. And on your exhale, walk the fingertips forward slightly. Bend into the front knee. Step the right foot all the way to the front of the mat. Low lunge. Rise the fingers up. Keep that left knee off of the mat. Crescent warrior. Let's take the right hand, reach it back behind you for that left hamstring. Left arm is going to reach up, reach back. Exalted warrior. Gaze up at the left fingertips for 3, 2, Warrior 2, right arm forward, left arm back, bend into that right knee. Gaze goes over the right fingertips. Front heel aligns with the back arch. Shoulders are stacked over the hips. Bend a little deeper into that front knee. 1 deep breath in. Exhale, straighten through the right leg. Reach the right fingertips forward. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Gaze can go up towards the left fingertips. Lengthen through the right side of the body here. Option to take the right hand on the right shin or use your core to keep the fingers lifted. Let's take 1 more deep breath in. Exhale, Skandasana to the back of the mat. Bend into the left knee, right toes up towards the sky. Option to keep your hands away from the mat or keep them down on the floor. Drive the left heel down. Try to lengthen through the spine for 3, 2, wide leg forward fold. Kick off that back leg, bring the hands down, feet parallel to the front and back of the mat. Relax the head, relax the jaw, fold here. Option to take the peace fingers around the big toes, the pointer and the middle fingers. Use them as leverage to pull the crown of the head a little closer to the floor. Breathe here. One more deep breath in. And then let's go ahead, release the grip. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Reach the arms up overhead, star pose. Let's bring the gaze towards the front of the mat. Turn the right toes towards the front of the mat. We're going to come all the way into a one-leg Tadasana. So you're going to launch off that back leg and bring it up to hip height. Ground down into that right foot. Take the left foot to the inside of the right shin or maybe the right inner thigh. The one place we don't want it to be is on that kneecap. So making sure to keep it on the thigh, the calf, or even a little kickstand down by the floor. Once you find your tree pose, pull the left knee out towards the side and maybe reach your arms up overhead. Find that drishti, find that gaze. For 3, 2, unhook the left foot, step it all the way to the back of the mat, low lunge, right hand, or hands plant down around that right foot, step the right foot back to join the left. Let's take our vinyasa flow. We'll end up in our downward facing dog, however you'd like to arrive. Find a nice deep breath here, and we'll head into our second side. Lift the left leg nice and high. Step the left foot halfway on the mat. Straighten through the left leg, pyramid pose. Relax the head, relax the jaw. Try to bring that belly towards the thigh. Let the upper body be heavy here. Trust gravity, trust your body, release the tension. Using blocks wherever you need to bring the floor a little closer to you. One more deep breath in. Exhale, let's walk the hands forward, bend the left knee, step it all the way to the front of the mat, left foot. Inhale, rise up, reach up, crescent warrior. Let's go ahead and take the left hand, reach it back for the right thigh, reach the right arm up and back, exalted warrior. Bend into that front knee for 3, 2, warrior 2, left arm forward, right arm back, bend into that left knee. Think about pushing that left knee out a little bit. Bend a little deeper, shoulders stacked and away from the ears. Let's go ahead and straighten through the left leg. Reach the left arm forward, triangle pose. Gaze up towards the right fingertips for extra balance. Hover the fingers or rest the left hand on the thigh or the shin. Lengthen through the left side of the body. Find those nice deep breaths for 3, 2, Skandasana to the back of the mat. Bend into the right knee, left toes up to the sky. Same thing here. Option to bring the hands away from the floor, sink the hips, drive that right heel down. We're here for 3, star pose in 2, and 1. Open up the body, reach the arms out nice and wide, take a little back bend, open up. And let's bring the gaze towards the front of the mat, left toes point forward. Hands can come on the hips. We're going to take that right leg, bring it all the way to the front of the mat, one leg Tadasana. Keep that right knee lifted. Right knee goes towards the right, right foot comes to the inside of the left leg. Reach the arms up overhead. Find that drishti, find that gaze. Energetically push the foot into the thigh and the thigh into the foot and the left foot down into the ground. Activate the body. For 3, 2, send that right leg all the way to the back of the mat. Drop the hands down on the mat. Step the left foot back to join the right. Let's take our vinyasa flow. We'll meet in a child's pose. Find those nice deep breaths. All right, guys, we have one more fun little sequence to do, and then we're taking it to the floor. So let's go ahead and find our downward facing dog whenever you're ready. And from this downward facing dog, let's bring the toes and the heels together to touch. Shift the weight forward into a plank pose. Roll onto the outside edge of the left foot and reach the right arm up towards the sky. Side plank. Option to take the left knee down if you need to. We're going to take that right foot and lift it away from the floor. Take the right leg and step it all the way to the front of the mat. If you need to use your hand to assist your leg, go ahead and do that. Right hand is going to plant in front of the right toes. Start to launch off the left leg and find half moon. Reach the left arm up nice and high. Stack the left hip on top of the right. We're here for 3, 2, warrior 2. Plant that left foot all the way down. Gaze goes over the right fingertips. Start to reach the right arm forward as much as possible. Side angle. Right hand down. Left arm reaches up. Option for the right elbow on the right thigh or the right fingertips to reach for the floor. Deep breath in. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Legs stay exactly where they're at. Right arm reaches up, reaches back. Turn all 10 toes to the front of the mat. Reach both arms up. Crescent lunge. Sorry, all 10 toes point forward. Take your right hand to the outside of the right leg. Hold that leg in place. Left elbow is going to come to the outside of the right thigh. Hands come in prayer. Use that prayer to twist a little bit deeper. Upper body is going to stay exactly where they're at. Left leg steps up to join the right. Chair with a prayer twist. Keep the legs exactly where they're at. Reach the arms up overhead, chair pose. Let's inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Bring the right knee in towards the belly, hug it in. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Right leg shoots back. Right hand reaches for the inside of the right foot. Bring the knees together. Nice deep breath in. Kick into the hand. Ground into the left foot. Reach the left arm forward. Dancer pose. The more kick you have, the more stable you'll be. We're here for 3, 2. Step that right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Plant the hands. Scooch the left foot all the way to the left side of the mat. Bring both hands to the inside of the left foot. Drop the right knee down, untuck the right toes. Left hand on the left knee. Left toes point to the top left corner of the mat. Gaze goes over the left shoulder. Option to bend the right leg, reach back with the left hand and grab a hold for a bind. Find a little back bend if you've got that bind for 3, 2, half pigeon. Left knee behind the left wrist. Slide the left foot all the way to the right side of the mat. Slide the right leg out nice and long behind you. Let the hips settle. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, pigeon. Bring your forehead down towards the ground. Breathe here. Slow the breath. Notice the heartbeat. Notice the blood pumping through the body. Use your exhales to sink into this. We're here for a few more deep breaths. Let that upper body be heavy. When you're ready, let's come up onto the hands. Tuck the right toes under. Lift the left knee up towards the sky, nice and gently, 3-leg down dog. Take whatever you need for your post-pigeon ritual, maybe some hip circles. Whenever you're ready, we're going to come back into that downward facing dog. And let's go ahead and lift the right, nope, just kidding. Let's bring the toes and the heels together to touch. Shift the weight forward. Ground down into the right hand. Come onto the knife edge of the right foot, lift the left arm nice and high, side plank. Option to drop that right knee down. Lift the left leg, step it all the way to the front of the mat. Use your hand if you need to. Left hand plants itself diagonal on a foot in front of the left toes. Launch off that right leg, stack the right hip on top of the left, open up the right arm towards the sky, half moon. Kick through that right heel. Option to bring the left hand on a block or a water bottle, whatever you've got handy. Take a nice deep breath in. Warrior two, plant that right foot down. Bend into that front knee. Reach the left arm forward, side angle. Gaze up towards the right hand. Left hand finds the ground, the thigh, whatever you need. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Legs stay where they're at. Keep that bend in that front knee. And then we'll bring both hands up. All 10 toes point towards the front of the mat. Crescent lunge. Left hand to the outside of the left thigh, hold the thigh in place. Right elbow comes to the outside of the left thigh, hands come in prayer, use the prayer to twist a little deeper. Keep the legs, or the upper body rather, exactly where it's at. Step the right foot up to join the left, chair with a prayer twist. Sink the hips a little lower, and then reach the arms up, face forward, chair pose. Sink the hips. Tuck the tailbone, pull the belly in, biceps by the ears. Let's rise all the way up. Bring the left knee with you, hug it in. Right arm reaches up. Left foot sends back. Grab the inside of the left foot with the left hand. Bring the knees together. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, kick. Start to bring the body parallel to the floor. We're here for 3, 2, low lunge. Plant that left leg all the way to the back of the mat. Scooch the right toes and the right foot towards the right side of the mat. Bring both hands to the inside of the right foot. Drop the left knee down, untuck the left toes. Right hand on the right knee, turn the right toes towards the top right corner of the mat. Gaze over the right shoulder. And then maybe you bend the left leg, reach back with the right hand, grab a hold of your foot. And one more deep breath here. Exhale, half pigeon. Right knee behind the right wrist. Slide the right foot over, slide the left leg out nice and long behind you. Relax the head, relax the jaw. Keep trying to get that left hip down towards the ground. Upper body heavy. Release the tension in that left hip. Find your nice, deep, slow breaths. Hard part is over. Slowing it down. We're here for a few more deep breaths. And when you're ready, we'll tuck the left toes under, left knee off of the mat, hands underneath the shoulders, gently extend that right leg towards the sky, shake it out, and we'll find our downward facing dog. Let's bring the knees down onto the mat. Scooch the hips to one side, legs forward, find a seat. Let's hug the right knee in, sit up nice and tall. Take the right foot to the outside of the left thigh. Left hand is going to come on the left knee, or the right knee rather. Right hand is going to come behind the back. Puff up the chest here. Twist, use your hands, use your core, twist. Gaze over the right shoulder. Maybe the left elbow can come to the outside of the right thigh. Deep breath in. Exhale, unwind. Let's take the left foot to the outside of the right hip. So stacking knees on top of each other, pull the ankles back, sit up nice and tall. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, fold over the knees. Gomukhasana. Maybe the forehead can come onto the knee. Maybe you stay up onto the hands. We're here for a few breaths. You should feel this in that right hip a little deeper than you do in your pigeon pose. Getting into the TFL, the IT band. If you feel any discomfort in the knees, try flexing the toes towards the shins. When you're ready, let's rise back up. Unwind the legs and send them out nice and long. We'll take the left knee, hug it in nice and tight. Take the left foot to the outside of the right thigh, right hand on the left knee, left hand behind the back, puff up the chest. Maybe take the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh and then gaze over the left shoulder. Maybe a little smile. And then when you're ready, we'll unwind. Keep the right leg foot to the outside of the left. You know what I mean. Take the right foot to the outside of the left hip. Stack one knee on top of the other. Pull the ankles back. Sit up nice and tall. Exhale, fold. Forehead towards the knee. Breathe here. Nice deep breaths. Use your exhales to release the tension. Few more deep breaths. Both sit bones down on the ground. And when you're ready, we'll start to rise back up. Unwind the legs and extend them out long in front of you. Bring your feet all the way to the top of your mat. And then let's come all the way down onto our spine. Hug the knees into the chest. Right knee in, left leg out nice and long. Right arm goes out like a wing. Left hand guides the right knee across the body, side body stretch. Gaze goes over the right fingertips. Really try to keep that right shoulder planted down. For one more deep inhale. And when you're ready, let's hug the knees back into the chest. Keep the left knee in, extend the right leg out nice and long. Left arm goes out like a wing. Right hand guides the knee across the body. Left shoulder stays planted. Gaze goes over the left fingertips. Use your exhales to sink a little deeper into this twist. Wringing out all the organs, sending fresh oxygenated blood to our organs. One more deep breath in. And let's hug the knees into the chest. Bring your forehead to the knees and hug everything in nice and tight. Take a nice deep breath in, and on your exhale, release all the way down. If there's any remaining postures that you need to do to complete your practice today, please feel free to go there, maybe a happy baby or a plow pose. This is where we leave you. Stay in Shavasana as long as your body calls for. Find that nice stillness, that breath, and enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.